Now, a police officer implicated in the murder of 16-year-old Nathaniel Julies has admitted to firing that fatal shot. Kaylin Whiteboy made the confession in the Protea Magistrates Court in Soweto, where she and two other police officers are now seeking bail. Let's take you to that court. Just outside, we'll find Sipha Kema tracking the story for us. She joins us now live. Sipha, perhaps it's worth starting by just brushing through some of the arguments that were made in mitigation and aggravation of sentencing, at least insofar as the bail is concerned, and admission finally that police were behind the death of Nathaniel Julies.
Well, that is correct, Ayanda. I mean, in a shocking twist of events yesterday, we saw witness to the three officers who were actually, accusing each other and throwing each other under the bus as far as the bail application hearing yesterday. We heard one of the officers, Kaylin Whiteboy, who had said that, of course, yes, she did say she shot Julies, and that the cover-up was orchestrated by one of the other officers in Jalvane. Not only did he ask her to cover up the shooting as well so that it could go along with his version of events, but he also promised to pay for her legal fees should she do so. She also alleged that he said, should she not cover up what he had said, or go along rather with what he had insinuated, then he would kill her. That's what the court heard. But of course, the state argued that this is premeditated and planned murder of Nathaniel Julies.
Yeah, Sipha, my understanding is that a big part of the arguments also involved whether or not these three police officers would be a threat to the community if they were granted bail. I imagine this was also front and center of some of the defense's statements during those proceedings.
Well, that's true, Ayanda. I mean, that is critical, especially since the bail will allow them to roam the streets again, because then that's what the public and society is saying, is that will they be safe when these police officers are out and about? But also, remember, with Kaylin Whiteboy's alleged confession yesterday, as well as statement and that an allegation she made against her co-accused, also wondering with her safety should all three police officers be out on bail today. But Ayanda, of course, we will be bringing you further coverage from inside the courtroom to find out whether or not these three officers will be given bail at the end of the day.
Yeah, Sipha, before we let you go, I mean, it almost felt like there was a parallel issue playing out in court yesterday, just before proceedings started. There appeared to be issues to do with space for the media, as well as whether or not there is, in fact, enough room for everybody who's invested in this case to be present inside the courtroom. Are you getting a sense that those issues have finally been solved and won't be a stumbling block as we prepare for the proceedings this morning?
Well, of course, Ayanda, we are anticipating that the space will be limited, as it was yesterday, and the number of people who will be inside the newsroom, those that have interest in this case. This is, it's gotten so much attention through the media, as well as Nathaniel's community being here to support him. So we do think that there will be stricter measures in terms of space, limited people who will be allowed inside the courtroom. We know that the numbers, especially with COVID, the numbers of people that are allowed inside the courtroom are limited to your everyday inside of court. So we know that the media also will be allowed in. The family will be allowed in first. The media will also be allowed in, but only a strict number of people. So it is a first come, first served basis. The earlier you are, the more likely you will be allowed inside. But also, depending on your interest in the case, like I said, the family and the media will also be given priority inside.
Sipha Kema is our reporter live to us there from just outside the Protea Magistrates Court. Sipha, thanks very much indeed. So we're waiting for the outcome of that bail application today. And by the end of today, we should know whether those three police officers will be able to spend the night at home or perhaps still under police custody.